My name is Elizabeth Holland. I usually go by Beth. I'm a senior scientist at the National Center for Atmospheric Research, where I work on interactions between the biosphere and the atmosphere. I specialize in environmental science, atmospheric chemistry, air pollution, and climate change. The atmosphere is the air we breathe and everything from here up to the outer edges of the atmosphere. So it's really the planet that's regulated by biology. Soils, it's plants, it's land, it's oceans, it's rivers, it's streams, it's water. What happens on prairie dog colonies is that you'll have very intensive grazing happening there. So the prairie dogs will graze the plants there, and the microorganisms will also be more active. So there's much more nitrogen turnover. So when the prairie dogs eat the plants, the bison will come in and eat the plants that regrow because they're more delectable. And then you have that the bison eat, and then you have nematodes living below ground that are eating the roots. Grasshoppers also eating the same plants because the roots are also more delectable. And then you have the prairie dog colonies being a hotspot in the landscape for activity, because you've got the microorganisms being more active, you've got the prairie dogs being active, you've got the nematodes being more active, you have grasshoppers being more active, bison being more active, and then it's just a very active area in the landscape. Soils are critical for the biosphere because they're full of carbon, and there are a number of microorganisms. There are actually 10 to the 9th microorganisms in only a gram of this soil. And those microorganisms are converting all of the carbon in this wood and in these leaves back into carbon dioxide or into other compounds that other microorganisms can use.
Leaves, nematodes decompose them, and other things to make grass greener. So the other you know what? No! We're gonna show you guys a rap!
Rap style.
I'm a nematode!
Yeah!
I'm a straight up egg!
And the nematode party never ends! Freaky, fries!
I'm a nematode!
Yeah.
I live under the ground!
And I help the life cycle keep turning around!
Yeah!
Turn it around! Teach me how to be a nematode! Teach me how to be a nematode!
The nematode!
Rock! Do the nematode rock!
Do the nematode rock!
Do the nematode rock!
Yeah!
Same way that things operate on the prairie dog colony, that all of the organisms are interacting and they're connected to one another, we as human beings are connected to the rest of life on this planet. And right now, we as human beings are driving the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. And so I think it's really important for us to understand that we are kind of superorganisms that are driving how the planet is operating. Like saving energy, driving a Prius, riding my bicycle, because riding a bicycle also keeps me healthier at the same time that it keeps the planet healthier. Hi Earth Explorers, I'm Beth Holland. Welcome to my energy saving house.
Hi.
So this is my house. These are the south-facing windows that allow it to be passive solar. So this whole room is filled with sunlight even in the wintertime. The windows are south facing because in the wintertime, the sun moves further and further south on the globe. And that means that the areas of this house that receive the most sunlight in the wintertime are those south-facing areas. These are my various herbs that I grow in all of the sun. I've got strawberries, peppers, lors, big wisteria, Asian eggplant, the green chili, tomatoes, Italian Roma tomatoes, big Jims, and I've got energy-saving lights. I'm thinking about going to the University of the South Pacific in Suva, Fiji, where there's an institute working on developing climate change action plans for 15 nations and hundreds of islands in the South Pacific. And the reason that's important is because climate change is hitting these low-lying islands first.
In 2007, Beth Holland won the Nobel Peace Prize. She won for her work on the IPCC.